Chapter 246. In Paisal's opinion, he could not even compare to Alex even if he lived another 100 years. This man's medical skills were unfathomable. What was even more unbelievable is the fact that he could actually produce such a fine magical pill. He was simply a godlike existence. At this time, Luna's face was flushed red and she did not know what else to say. In fact, she was not convinced by Alex's skills at first, but she was utterly convinced now. After that, Alex said to Paisal indifferently, "Doctor Billy, even though the medicine that you bought is actually effective for your internal injuries, it is still lacking a few ingredients. Therefore, the effect of the pill is only about 20% effective for your condition. Please give me some time so that I can produce the completed pill for you. I believe your internal injury will be healed completely after taking the pill. Mr. Anderson, thank you. Thank you so much." Paisal felt extremely grateful and he knelt down in front of Alex as he broke down in tears. Luna also quickly knelt down beside her grandfather before she said, "Mr. Anderson, thank you for your kindness." Paisal replied, "Mr. Anderson, I know that you do not have any connections in the northern region, but I know some very important and influential people after working in the medical field for so long. I don't know how I can ever repay your kindness. Therefore, I hope that you will not hesitate to approach me if you need any medicinal herbs or help in the future." Alex nodded. Paisal came from a generation of doctors who had been practicing medicine in the family for a very long time. Moreover, being a very famous doctor who had been practicing medicine for a long time in the northern region, he would definitely have a lot of connections and resources that the Adair family probably did not have. If he had help from the Billy family, it would definitely be easier for him to find any medicinal herbs that he needed in the future. At this time, Lord Adair, who had not been moving all this while, suddenly coughed as he opened his eyes. Everyone turned around to look at him in shock. Lord Adair had already been unconscious for such a long time, but today, he actually sat up on his bed, all by himself. This. The middle-aged man from the Adair family did not even dare to take a big breath because he was afraid that this was all just his own hallucinations. Moreover, some of the other doctors had already said that Lord Adair's condition was very critical and he would not survive for more than a few days. This was the reason why Lucas specifically invited the famous doctor Billy and his granddaughter here to take a look at the old man. In fact, the old man showed some improvements and there was an obvious change in the color of his complexion as soon as Luna performed the acupuncture for Lord Adair. However, it seemed as though there was nothing else they could do for him. The middle-aged man had initially thought he would have to start preparing for the old man's funeral. Unexpectedly, Alex stepped up and started performing acupuncture on the old man instead. Alex even said that the old man would wake up in an hour, but no one expected the old man to actually wake up when an hour passed by. Furthermore, the old man had a rosy complexion and his eyes were white and clear. He looked so much better and healthier than he was before he fell ill. This was simply amazing. Paisal exclaimed out loud at this time, "Mr. Anderson, you said that Lord Adair will wake up in an hour, and he really woke up in exactly 60 minutes and not a minute late at all." The Adair family members were also amazed. Alex was really incredible. He was really a master. At this time, the middle-aged man quickly stepped forward and asked the old man, "Dad, how are you feeling?" Lord Adair looked at his son with a complicated and confused expression on his face. His eyes were shining brightly as though he was rejoicing after avoiding a disaster. "I thought I was going to die. I really did not expect to wake up again." The middle-aged man pointed at Alex before he yelled excitedly, "Dad, this is all thanks to Mr. Anderson. He saved your life." Lord Adair turned around to look at the direction that his son was pointing at, and he was startled when he saw the young man. After a short while, he said, "Thank you, young man. I won't forget what you've done for me." Alex smiled as he replied, "I only put in a little effort. I cannot claim the credit for myself." After that, Alex pointed at Paisel and his granddaughter before he said, "Doctor, Billy and his granddaughter have also done a lot to save your life. I can't take sole credit for this."